What up, y'all?
Welcome back to another video.
Today we are in the Christmas spirit. Look at Barry.
We're all wearing our sweaters today. Actually, this is Chris's sweater. I don't have mine. I left mine at my parents' house.
The holiday spirit. I shouldn't say Christmas.
Yes.
All holidays included here. We're stoked. We're making Christmas cookies in partnership with our friends over at Bob's Red Mill. They have the largest line of whole grain and organic products.
Their products are grown from non-GMO seeds and are certified kosher. And we are actually doing our challenge video today too. So we're going head to head to see who can make the best holiday cookies. What are you making, Bae?
So I'm making cinnamon twist cookies. This is a recipe from my mom. She used to make them as a child. Well, she used to make them for me when I was a child, and they're great. They weren't vegan when she made them back then, but we veganized them now, and they're bomb.
And then I am making some gluten-free thumbprint cookies. These are actually inspired by my aunt. She used to make these all the time for me as a kid. I didn't have her recipe, but I tried my best to replicate it and actually made mine gluten-free with the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour. So basically, you can just use this in place of all-purpose flour, and that's what I did, and they turned out awesome. So,
this is gonna be very exciting. And if you wanna check out Bob's Red Mill, we have a discount code right down below. But make sure you check out our cookies and let us know who wins.
So the current score is right here for you guys. And make sure you vote in the top right corner. We will have a poll there for you guys to let us know which cookies you like best. So let's get started.
Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna be making cinnamon twist Christmas cookies today. It's a recipe from my mom, veganized it, super excited about it. I used to love these growing up. So I've tested them vegan twice now, and they've come out really good. I have to adjust the size a little bit, but I think I got it this time. So these are some walnuts. I'm just gonna put them in the food processor and ground them up. All right, once they're fully ground, it only takes a few seconds. Got one stuck. Delicious. So we have our ground walnuts here, all ready to go. We're gonna add them into a bowl. Just wanna make sure you get every little bit out of there. And then we have some brown sugar. If you buy organic, it's vegan. And then we have some granulated cane sugar. Gonna pour that in here, along with some cinnamon. And we're just gonna mix this up. Super simple. Smells delicious. Smells like Christmas. I don't know, there's just something about Christmas that I love. I don't know. When I was like in my angsty later teen years, I was like very anti Christmas and establishment and
so emo.
Super emo. The most emo. But I've come around. I've grown to really appreciate it. I get to see my family around this time of year, which is really nice, so just the little things, you know? Now this is all mixed together. We're gonna set this bowl aside. And then we're gonna grab another bowl. In this bowl, we're just gonna cream together some vegan butter that is at room temperature, and then some vegan cream cheese. And this is the Kite Hill brand vegan cream cheese. It's my personal favorite. I think a lot of people will agree that it is the superior cream cheese on the market. So now we're just gonna combine these two together until it forms a nice like whip, I guess. Is that a good way to put it? I think that looks about good. So now we have our Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. Just gonna pour it on in there slowly. I like to do a little bit at a time. Mix it in and then add a little bit more. Add a little bit more. Jasmine is currently dressing Barry up in his Christmas outfit, and it's ridiculously cute, so I think she's trying to distract me. Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay.
Look at this prince. Last bit of flour. I'm just gonna use my hands now. That's how you know it's getting real. So now we just wanna make sure all the flour and the butter and the cream cheese are all together. Looks about good. It's a nice dough. Look at that, beautiful dough. So after we're done mixing the dough, we're gonna just let it set in the fridge for a few minutes just so it's a little bit easier to roll out. So I'm gonna pop that in there and then we'll be back to roll it up. Now we got our handy dandy Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. We swear by this stuff. I'm just gonna surface my work area. You're just like, excuse me? I gotta grab my handy dandy rolling pin. For those asking, yes, this is Caitlin's. I know it's been inquired about before. We share a lot of things in this house. So I'm gonna roll these out to be about a 1/2 inch thick in in a rectangle format rather. So we're making a half batch actually of this, but if you feel so fancy, you can go ahead and make a full one, but the recipe will be for technically a half a batch, just because. I think this looks good. I need some almond milk. So I'm just gonna coat this nice. It's always good to make a nice mess when you're baking or cooking. All right, now that our dough is all coated up, we have our mixture from earlier. We're just gonna cover the dough. We could be pretty generous with this. Some of it might fall off in the process, but just gonna get it all the way to the edge, fully coat the whole dough. That looks about good. We have a little bit extra. I can make another batch with that. So I need a pizza cutter now. Love this thing. And we're gonna cut these in 1 inch wide slices by 2.5 inches long. 2 to 2.5 inches. But I find it's easier just to go all the way down. Nice and gently. And then they don't all have to be perfect, so don't worry about that. There you have it. They're all cut. And now one by one, ooh, these are little cute baby ones. We're just gonna twist them like so. I think we're gonna need more than one baking sheet for these. And then we're just gonna place them on our baking sheet, which is over yonder. And then we'll let them bake. All right, so we have all of our cookies rolled out. You can keep them pretty close together because they're not gonna really expand in the oven. So we're just gonna pop them in. And then in about 20 minutes, we got cookies to eat.
All right.
Action!
Okay, so I'm going to be putting together Thumbprint cookies, and I have like waving this thing around. And my aunt used to make these all the time when I was a kid, so I'm going to try to recreate her recipe. I'm actually doing it gluten-free today. We decided we wanted to do 2 options. So we're using the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour. You can also use all-purpose flour in place of this with the same amount, just in case you don't have this or you have all-purpose flour already. So let's get started. I have some softened butter here. I'm going to put it into this bowl. And so we're just gonna, super soft, thank goodness. I'm gonna add the sugar into here and we're gonna mix this all together. I hate that noise. So I am using the Bob Dreadmill sugar, but you can also use a coconut sugar if you have that. But we're using some cane sugar. And then next I have a flax egg here. I already prepared it, so I feel like we use a flax egg in like almost every recipe, but you can use a chia egg in its place. So you use either 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal or 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, and then you mix that with 3 tablespoons of water or a liquid of your choice, and it becomes nice and gelatinous. So it's gonna be the binder in this recipe because obviously we're not using eggs because it's vegan. So mix that up, and then lastly, I'm going to be adding in vanilla extract. So I'm just mixing together the butter, sugar, flax, and vanilla first, because basically these are like the wet ingredients, just to make sure that everything is uniform. Because if we add the vanilla later when the flour is in it, it can become like chunky in it because the flour is so dry. All right, so we got that all mixed up. And then next up I have my gluten-free flour. We tested them yesterday. I don't know what I did, but they're really weird. And then we retested them today and they are delicious, so. All right. So that is good to go. And then I'm going to pop the dough into the refrigerator for like 10 minutes just to let it set a little bit. And then we're gonna move on to the jam, and that's the last step. So 1 second, guys. All right, so got our dough out of the fridge, and I'm just going to be using this cookie scooper, scooping it out, and then I'm gonna roll it into a ball. And we're actually going to be rolling it into some sugar, and then we're going to flatten it out a bit and put it on the baking sheet. I'll check in with you guys when I'm done with this because I feel like this is kind of boring. But I'm just gonna keep rolling my dough, rolling it in sugar, and then I'll show you the next step.
Okay.
So I flattened them out a little bit, but as you can tell, they're still in like mounds because I'm going to be pressing a measuring spoon into the cookie to create like a divot for the jam. And when I do that, it's going to flatten the cookies out even more. And I made a batch of these, made the mistake of flattening them and then pressing this in more and flattening it even more, and they kind of expanded too much. So I'm gonna grab the back of this and just press into there like so. Just give it 1 solid press. You don't need it to go that deep. And you also don't want it to go to the bottom of the cookie because then it'll be too deep and it'll mess it up. I'm gonna use this measuring spoon and start spooning in the jam. So when my aunt used to make these, she used to do strawberry and apricot, and that's what I'm gonna do today because it's nostalgic for me. So when you're putting the jam in, a little goes a long way. You don't realize how little you need until you start filling it up. So like I didn't even need a teaspoon. I think this is like half a teaspoon in here. So just keep that in mind. And you don't want to overfill it because it could mess up the cookies. So just put like as much as fits in there and then you'll be good to go. And I'm just going to like spread it out a little with my fingers because I want these to be cute so we could take photos. All right, those. Good. Okay, so these are good to go. All that's have to do is pop these into the oven for 15 minutes and you got yourself some Thumbprint cookies. So see you guys when these are done. All right, so taste test because
here we go.
Cookies.
Time to get crazy.
So I'm gonna get a strawberry jam cookie.
Get a cinnamon twist. Oh yeah, I won.
I won.
I won. 100%.
Barry, which one's the winner?
Barry, you can't have any.
So are these like shortbread?
Santa's gonna love these.
Oh my gosh, girl. Oh my gosh. You won. They're so good.
Oh wow, these are really good too though.
You guys, these are crunchy and these are softer.
You're gonna have to make both of
I'm
them.
gonna
You tell
too.
us what you think.
So how did you find out Santa wasn't real?
I don't want to talk about it.
No, I want to know.
Barry's pissed
Because I
too.
want to tell my story.
I don't remember. I believed in Santa for a really long time.
I
like
faked
until
it
I
for
was
a
like, I don't remember, like 12 maybe. Too long.
And then? I feel like your brother told you.
If there's any kids watching right now, Santa's real.
So I remember we lived with my grandparents for a year. My parents were like remodeling the house. And my grandparents' house, like when you walk in, you're upstairs and then there's a downstairs, like there's a stairway right in the middle. So it was the night before Christmas and all through the house. It was the night before Christmas and we had put out cookies for Santa and then I went downstairs to go to my room to go to sleep. And I don't know, I was like gonna go upstairs to like get water or something. So I started walking up the stairs and I see my mom with like the tray of cookies. It was on the fireplace mantle. And I just see her like dip the cookie, bite into it, and then like leave it there. And I was like, and then the next morning, like that was the only cookie that was bitten into, so I figured it out. But I didn't tell her that I found out, and then I just like faked it for a while.
This is if
Little
she watches
selfish
this
little
video,
kid.
it's gonna be the first time she finds out.
I think I might have told her.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, how did you guys find out Santa wasn't real? If you
He is, first of all.
okay.
So my dad actually used to dress up as Santa and like set up a video camera and then we'd watch it in the morning, like Santa coming. It was hilarious. I wish I could show you guys, but
Watching it now, it's clearly your dad. But
yeah.
You guys didn't real?
We loved it.
Anyways, make sure you guys check out Bob's Red Mill, our discount code we linked down below, along with the recipe links for these
Each of the
recipes,
recipes.
so you guys can try them out for the holidays. Do you have anything else to say, babe?
I don't think so.
Happy holidays.
We're coming back with more Christmas and holiday recipes, so
Stay tuned, and love you guys. See you soon, and that's it. Bye.